What if 2 plus 2 suddenly equaled 5? Not as a joke, not as a meme, but as a real, provable result. That's what happened last fall. It started with a bug report on a calculator app. A user from Ontario said, "Every answer is off by 1. The developer blamed a rounding issue. They pushed a fix, but it didn't help. Then thousands more users reported the same problem across all devices, all brands, even vintage calculators built decades ago. 2 plus 2 equals 5. 3 times 3 equals 10. Pi equals 3.1. Not an error. These were the new constants. The internet exploded. TikTok math teachers tried to explain it. They couldn't. Professors reran equations from first principles. Same wrong results. The laws of physics still worked, but the math behind them no longer agreed. NASA was first to panic. They admitted their orbital mechanics code no longer produced meaningful predictions. One satellite vanished from telemetry. Another stopped responding altogether. Hospitals reported odd MRI readings. Power grids overloaded from miscalculated output. The stock market? Frozen by a zero divided by zero event that triggered a fail-safe shutdown. And then something truly impossible happened. A mathematician named Dr. Eliana Reeves published a paper proving the error. Wasn't random. The wrong numbers were following a pattern. A new kind of logic. Consistent, clean, recursive, as if reality had changed its operating system. Governments stayed silent, but leaked footage showed UN scientists gathered in an underground lab, watching a chalkboard equation solve itself, without a hand touching the chalk. And that's when the whispers began. That math isn't a human invention. It's something we discovered, a universal constant, the language of the universe. But what happens when the universe changes dialects? Dr. Reeves tried to warn us. She went live on a private stream, showed the equation she believed triggered the shift. It looked like a Mandelbrot set, except the edges moved. They pulsed, as if aware. We were only borrowing the answers. Then the lights cut out, and the stream ended. 3 days later, something unexplainable happened. A child in Ohio wrote a number on a wall. No one recognized it. It had curves, but no beginning or end. It wasn't in any known numeral system. Child, it came to me in a dream. It said its name was 1. The number spread. People drew it compulsively, everywhere. On napkins, billboards, birth certificates. It was never the same shape twice, but always, undeniably, the same number. Mathematicians were divided. Some called it the true one. Others called it a virus of thought. One researcher stared at it for 72 hours. When authorities found her, she had scratched out her own eyes and written this in blood. Researcher. We solved something we weren't supposed to understand. Then came the dreams, shared by millions. People dreamed of tunnels made from numbers, infinite equations folding into each other like origami. At the end of every tunnel, a door. On the door, a single phrase, answer removed. We tried to stop, to unlearn, to erase the new logic, but it was too late. Children began instinctively solving the new equations. AI models abandoned known mathematics and began creating organic calculus. The logic was no longer ours. And that's when the real question emerged. What if math didn't start failing? What if it was never ours to begin with? What if the universe only let us believe we understood, until we asked the wrong question, until we looked too closely, until someone, maybe Dr. Reeves, maybe that child, typed something into a calculator that should never have been solved? And something on the other side answered. Because math isn't just numbers. It's a gate, a map, a warning. And now that we've seen it, it sees us. The world still moves, but slower, more uncertain. Every answer we use, every sum, every forecast, every law, might now be a lie wearing the skin of truth. And someday you'll solve a simple problem, like 4 plus 4, and get the right answer, but feel wrong. Like the numbers hesitated, like they blinked. And when they blink a second time, you'll know we were never meant to count this far.